Well, hello there. I'm Brad Hale, and you've arrived to the Visual Art Expeditionary Force. Currently, I'm surrounded by amazing birds. Do you hear them? It's a wonderful sound, always around my house, even when I'm trying to sleep at 6 in the morning. But that's another story. Today, we're going to draw some dinosaurs. And we're going to do that by applying all the skills we've learned from our videos we've covered so far. So grab a crayon, a marker, or your favorite drawing tool, get some paper, maybe that sketchbook you've prepared, and let's get to it. Here we go. So now what we want to do is draw a dinosaur or any subject matter. And what I tell everyone when I'm teaching is, we can draw anything because all things are line, shape, and space. So let's do a long neck dinosaur, a cute one. So we'll do this kind of, this eye here where it's looking over. So I've got this bounce, that's a curved line. Another curved line. I told you curved line is one of my favorites. We can kind of come with this little grin on his face. Come around with the chin. And of course, this is a stylized kind of cartoon version of one. And I'm going to slink my neck down. And when I begin to make my passage of my drawing, I just try to think about where do I want my line passage to go? And where is the next area? And that helps me kind of see the creature as I'm drawing. Bring the back up. I'm going to go with kind of turning this creature so we see its legs coming down, and we'll see a third leg, and then the fourth leg we might not see so much. And that is going into what I've been talking about of trying to see the three-dimensional quality of the creature before we draw it. Now here I'm slinking the tail. Notice I haven't done the leg work yet. So I've got the head, I've got the back, I've got the tail, and I've kind of followed a format that I think would be a way where these curved lines can complement each other. So now I'm going to focus on this first leg coming down. And notice how I didn't connect it yet. I left some space, and I did that on purpose. That gives me some time to really think about what I want to do. And I've told my kindergartners McDonald's for the toes. So now I feel like I can connect that. And now I need to visually understand that there's part of this leg I cannot see. It comes down and comes into focus here. And I go McDonald's for the toes. And I'm kind of knowing already that there's some shadow under there. So that's that value we were talking about. I come with this back leg again. So I'm dealing with the belly area, the chest into belly area. And this back leg is going to kind of create the final stance of this long neck dinosaur. And notice there's some repetition here, and that's something we haven't talked about yet in any of our videos, the principles of design, but we are going to focus on those. I wanted to change up and get into putting some drawing practices in place because I know that it would just be too dry if I just talked about the art elements and principles of design. Okay, so here we've got line leads to shape, shape leads to form, but now let's apply value. So going again to what I've already covered, which is that light source. So if we have a light source here, it could be the sun, the moon, a light bulb, whatever. It's casting its light that way. So therefore, we know the shadows are going to be falling on this side of the dinosaur. So I'm going to create what I think those shadows are by kind of coming down on this side of the dinosaur. I know there's going to be a stronger sense of shadow on this side of it. And certainly over here where the tail is, kind of coming over. Notice I'm not coloring the whole thing. And this part of the leg is going to have some shadow as well. And then back here, we're not going to see so much of that foot. A lot of it's going to be in shadow. And sometimes you have to push a little bit darker. Remember, we did our value scale. And that really gives us a sense of this, shadow falling not just under the form, which we are going to do, but also on the form of the dinosaur. And if we imagine that shadow kind of coming this way, now it grounds our creature. He's not just floating in space, and we can start to add, more sense of the background there. And this is something too we've spoken about in kindergarten. Foreground, middle ground, background. So we've got some grass going off in the distance there. Here we've got some mountains, just a couple of zigzag lines coming behind. We shade those mountains in a little bit. And let's say this is our sun or our moon over here. And we'll just kind of build our sky from there. I like to do the swirl thing. And then I come with some clouds. And remember, clouds can be different sizes. And if we follow that rule that we know from the science of how we see where things that get in the distance appear smaller, and that's something we covered in our space video, then we can create an illusion that the sky goes back farther. And so here I'm going to come with thinking of like a tiger with its stripes. Let's apply something like that to this dinosaur. And then what I'm going to do now is just do a time lapse of other dinosaurs. And you can practice on ones that you want to try. Now, I will suggest to you that you can use, different pictures online with your parents, going to find them. Your parents will know some places that you can go look for some great images. And you can find different styles of dinosaurs, more realistic dinosaurs, more cartoony dinosaurs. And you can use those to build from. Now, I like to kind of draw my own version of dinosaurs. And I have cutesy, versions like this, and then I have more realistic ones. And I'm going to include those in this video. I hope this has been helpful. So I hope you found this video helpful. Remember, we think before we draw, when we draw, and after we draw. Children, take great care of yourselves and be good to yourself and your mind. Positive self-talk is a key to many possibilities. This is Mr. Hale of the Art Expeditionary Force, signing off for now. Until next time. Boop, 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 boop. Goodbye.